Hey everyone, in this video we are going to learn about EC2 instance types. In AWS there are different instance types like general purpose instances, compute optimized instances, memory optimized instances, storage optimized and accelerated computing. In the previous EC2 video we have created a T2 micro instance which belongs to general purpose, and it is very important for you to understand all these different instance types because it helps you decide the right instance for your workloads. But instance types is also one of the very important topic for AWS certification exam. This is a real exam question from Solutions Architect Associate based on AWS EC2 instance types. So the question here is, a company plans to run a compute intensive workload that uses graphical processing units, which are GPUs. Which Amazon EC2 instance types should the company use? Now, if you're familiar with EC2 instance types, you might say that the question has compute intensive, so we need to go with compute optimized, but the correct answer is accelerated computing. And by the end of this video, you will understand why the answer is accelerated computing. So watch this video till the end to learn all these different instance types. Now, when you create an EC2 instance in the AWS dashboard, you select the instance types, which defines how much CPU and RAM your server is going to get. So you can select something from T2 micro, which is a general purpose instance, or maybe something from the C family, such as C5AD2X large, which has more CPUs compared to general purpose. Or maybe you can go for something in the D family, G family, I family. There are many different families in instance types that I will be explaining you in this video. So in AWS, instance types are differentiated based on compute, memory, storage, and networking capabilities, making it possible to select the appropriate instance for specific workloads. So if you have a workload where you require more CPU, you will go with that particular instance type. For example, if you use AWS EC2 for mining Bitcoins, you will require a server with more CPU power, because when mining Bitcoin, we solve cryptographic puzzles which require more CPU. So you will be going with compute optimized instances. But if you are training an AI model using your EC2s, you will require more GPU. This is why you will be selecting instance types which has more GPU. And this is the reason why you need to understand different EC2 instance types. In this video, I will be teaching you all the different instance types like general purpose, compute optimized, and so on. Before you learn this, let's understand the instance naming. So how is an instance name? So we have T2 micro, C5X large. Similarly, here is an example of R5DX large. In this name, the R stands for the instance family it belongs to. 5 is the instance generation. D is the additional capabilities for that particular instance. And this is the actual size, which could be micro, nano, small, large, X large, 2X large, and so on. So you need to understand this before you learn about EC2 instance types. Now that we know this, let's move on to the first instance type, which is a general purpose instance. So general purpose instances are instances which has a balance of compute, memory, and networking. So whenever you want a server which should have proper balance between compute, memory, and networking, you can go for general purpose instances. And also all the T families such as T4G or T3, T3A, T2 along with M71, M families also belong to general purpose instances which are balanced between compute, memory, and networking. When will you be using this general purpose instances? You can use general purpose instances whenever you want to host web servers, application servers, code repositories, development environments, and so on. The next instance type is the compute optimized instances. These instances can be used for compute heavy applications. For applications that require more compute power, you can go with compute optimized instances, and all the C family belong to compute optimized instance type. Use cases include high performance computing, batch processing, scientific modeling, machine learning, also dedicated gaming servers, ad server agencies, and so on. So all these examples want you to have more CPU, and this is why you will be choosing the compute optimized or the C family instances. The next instance type is the memory optimized instances. So by the name, you will understand instances which has more memory or applications that require more memory should be choosing memory optimized. So if you read here, memory optimized instances are designed to deliver fast performance for workloads that process large data sets in memory. By memory, you mean RAM here. So people are confused between RAM and storage. So here memory optimized means RAM. And all the R as well as X family belongs to memory optimized instances. Use cases could be in-memory databases, real-time big data analytics application, and so on. So here we have an example of X1E instance type, which has 4 vCPU but 122 GB of memory, and so on. You can see the examples here. But if you want to know more information about each instance type, you can always read the official documentation by AWS. So if you search for instance types AWS, you will be taken to this page, which has information about all the different instance types, including general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, and so on. So you can read about them, also understand when to use them, what are different use cases for every instance types. But I hope this video will be enough. You don't need to read the documentation if you watch this video. So moving on, the next instance type is the storage optimized instance. Storage optimized instances are designed for workloads which require high sequential read and write access to very large data sets on local storage. So whenever you have an instance which is going to read and write data continuously on a very high scale, you can go for storage optimized instances. They are optimized to deliver tens of thousands of low latency, random input output operation per seconds, also known as IOPS. So all the I family and D family belongs to storage optimized. Use cases include large scale high throughput workloads like NoSQL databases, or maybe storing data in data warehousing and all that. So here is an example of H1 instance type that we have here, and you can see the storage attached to these instances are quite more compared to other instance types. Next instance type we have is accelerated computing. You will be using accelerated computing whenever you want more GPU, because accelerated computing use hardware accelerators such as FPGA or GPU like this to perform functions such as floating point number calculations, graphic processing, data pattern matching more efficiently compared to compute optimized instances. So you will be using this whenever you want hardware accelerators such as FPGA or more GPUs. All the different instance belongs to accelerated computing. So in the exam, whenever you have a question to use hardware accelerators like FPGAs or GPUs, or you want to use more GPU which should be in the price range, you can go with accelerated computing. Lastly, the next instance type is HPC optimized or high performance computing optimized instances, which are built to offer best price performance for running high performance computing workloads at scale on AWS. So all this HPC 7G, HPC 7A, HPC 6ID belongs to high performance computing optimized instance types. And HPC optimized instances are used for applications that benefits from high performance processor such as large complex simulations and deep learning workloads. So these are all the different instance types that are going to be asked in your exam, and it is very important for all cloud and DevOps engineers to know this so that you can select the right instance for your workloads. Now, I have this table here which includes all the different instance family and what instance type do they belong to, along with use cases to help you understand when should be using T family or M family or C family. So I have T family to be used whenever you want burstable workloads, M family whenever you want to have balanced compute, C family for high compute requirements, and so on. You can take a screenshot to understand this because you will get a question in the exam. So I hope now you have understood what are different instance types. If you did, make sure to answer this question and write down the answer in the comment section. So the question is, you are running in-memory database like Redis that requires large amounts of RAM to store the entire dataset in memory. Which instance type category is the most suitable? I think this is a very easy question. If you have watched this video till the end, you should be able to answer this question. So make sure you comment down the answer and also like this video. I hope this video was informative. If you have any questions, any doubt, let me know in the comment section, and see you in the next video.